Before we begin, this story contains depictions of violence and dark themes that some listeners may find disturbing. It is intended for a mature audience. This is a work of fiction. All characters, events, and incidents are products of the author's imagination. Viewer discretion is advised. I have seen a lot of things in my life, but I have never seen anything like that before in my life. I never have, and I just puked seeing it, and did not faint. Well, I too was surprised by it, but only if I would have managed to control my scream. I might not have been caught there, but now it's a little too late for me to do anything else now. And now to tell, what could one expect from a pirate? That's what they do. They kill and they loot, and put dead peoples in barrels. They are pirates, and when I get caught there, I was certain I'm dead now. I was certain of it, but at this very moment, I am currently alive, but the sort of situation I am in, I might not be alive for long, no. Currently I am laying there on a table with my hands and legs being tied up, and my mouth has been covered by a piece of cloth, so I can't say a word there. I currently in a grand hall, been laying there in silence, and there are people been standing there all over around me, and none of them look humane, and how could they be? They probably have killed a number of people, so how can they be humane? And now to tell, I might be their next target. I will be dead soon. I rolled my eyes around from one spot to another, being quiet, and there I saw a man holding a sword in his hand. I know that sword, it is mine, and the way he was looking at me, with sort of a smile there, I am certain that he has intentions to kill me, and what's worse here is that there's nothing I can do in order to save myself. However, still, I did something. I struggled, I tried to slide away, I tried to free myself, I even tried to speak, but the sort of situation I'm in, well, nothing seems to be working there. And to tell, even if I managed to free myself from there, even if managed to speak, what the chances that they would listen to me? What are the chances that they would spare my life? Well, not many, not much. They are nothing but savages. I am dead, at this very moment. I might be laying here dead. I might be. I am not certain of it. The silence was nowhere to be felt there. The whole place has been filled with the deranged laughter. My throat is all dried up. My heart is thumping, and that thumping rose up when I saw that man been rising the sword up, been aimed for me. He swing the sword forward. The fear rose in me, as I closed my eyes, and kept them close, as at that moment I do not have any guts to see my death. I do not, and I might not have seen it yet. As for the amount of time my eyes has been closer there, well, it has been taking a little too long for him to strike, and as I realized it, I thought that he might have changed his mind. Maybe he thought to spare me, maybe, but on the other hand, maybe he is just waiting for me to open my eyes, so he can kill me while looking right into eyes. Maybe. I am not sure of anything there. At that moment, I was just hoping to be dead there, as I had been keeping my eyes closed. It already seemed like worse than death, and for how long I had kept my eyes closed, I am not sure of it, but after some time, there came a moment when everything went silent, the strange laughs were just gone, and the silence was there. I have peed a little, as that silence seems worse than those laughters there. A little moment or so has been passed by there, when suddenly I heard a voice asking me to open my eyes, and that is something which I felt a little odd there, as that voice was soft, a little warm and definitely feminine. I kept my eyes closed for a little some time, before I opened them, and there, I saw a girl been standing there, and looking right into my eyes, and as soon as I saw it, I have my eyes been stuck on it. Her eyes were bright and green, her hairs were brown and lengthy, her skin was a little pale, and there's a cut on her face, which was going from left up bottom right, cutting her nose from the middle, something which startled me a little, and been standing there in silence. She continued to look right into my eyes for a moment or so, before she grabbed the cloth on my mouth and pulled it down from there. "Speak," she said, and I got a little confused there. Speak what? I stared at her and then I looked at the others. I was quiet, been lost in my thoughts right there. I couldn't understand what to say there. And after a moment or so has been passed by there, she again asked me to speak, but this time, she asked me with a cry. My heart, which was now calm a bit, has started to thump again, and me been stammering. I asked her, "Speak what?" Her expressions were changed a little, as she took the sword from that man, and grabbed my collar with her other hand, as she thrust the blade right against my neck. She even cut me a little, I could feel it. "Why are you here? Are you with the police, the navy, the king's army? Who sent you here?" I heard her, and none of them sent me here. I was filled with horror, due to which, for a couple of moments, I couldn't even able to utter a word there, but soon I could speak. But what should I say to them? Where should I begin? I was lost in my thoughts for a moment or so. Here as that old man popped out in my head, and as soon as he was in there, my bag, I had one been wrapped around my waist, in which I have my things. "There's a piece of paper," I told her, as she started to go through it, and soon she found it, and as she saw her symbol on it, she looked right into my eyes, as I took a deep breath right there, and started to tell her about the old man, and when I did, she seems to know that old man for some reasons, and I do not care what those were as long as I was keeping my life. When her expressions were changed and she looked a bit calm there, I asked her to untie me. There's a little pause there, but she did ask her men for that, and soon I was free, been standing there on my feet, as I asked the man to give me my sword back. He did not like me. The expression that he had on his face told me that he didn't like me, but he sure did give me my sword back, and now I am free. I asked for her help. About what? She questioned me as I took the compass out and gave it to her. Well, I thought that it might be a compass. But the way she was looking at it, I understand that this is the first time she is seeing anything like that. What's that? She questioned me. I was quiet, been lost in my thoughts for a moment or so. You tell me. I said to her, he told me that you might know. He said that it's some sort of compass that pirates might use to navigate. She was quiet, been looking right at it for a moment or so, before she shook her head a little at this. Never seen anything like that before in my life. Whatever that is, it certainly is not a compass. Well, there goes the hope. So, what now? Well, I was rather disappointed there, but what else can I do now? I thought I might get an answer here. I spent days to look for them, and now, my hands are still empty. So, what now? I was there. I was quiet, been lost in my thoughts. I even asked the others if anyone else might know anything about it, but no one does. Being disappointed, I thought to take my leave from there. Where are you going? She asked me as I started to move away from there. Leaving, I said to her, as she laughed, and following her, everyone else laughed there too. I was confused, felt like someone has made a joke, and I couldn't get it. You are not going anywhere. She said those words as she was quiet, so is everyone else, and they have a sort of seriousness on their faces, and they all were looking right at me. This made me feel a little uneasy there, as I looked around at them. You know far too much about us now, so, until all of this came to an end, you will stay here. Well, I certainly did know a little too much there. Still, I doubt that I know enough. They locked me up in that house. By lock, I did not mean that they put me in a prison or locked me up in the basement or a room. No, I was free to move around in the house. I was just not allowed to get out of there. In there, I have food and everything, so, things were fine for me, as I was still alive. But again, I was going nowhere with what I was here for. There's something else was there, something which I was thinking about. These pirates, been in there, living among them. I get to understand that these pirates are living here for a while now, years, to what I get to know about, but what I don't understand is why they're here. Are they hiding, or is there something else has been going on there? I have a lot of questions there, and all of them were answered in just a few days, as I have nothing else to do there, so, I talked to the pirates who were in there. And to tell the amount of information that I get to know from them, about why they are here and for how long they are here, well, they changed my definition of being a pirate, I thought, and what I have read. A pirate is someone to travel the seas, looks the ships, and these pirates have an area, a territory, a route, and they only attacked other ships and loot them. That's it, that's what pirate is, until I get to know about what they are doing here, in and out. They are here on this land for over 7 years, and the civil war that is about to take place there, well, they are the ones to blame for that one. They have been setting it all up. I have seen evil, but they are on a whole other level, and they are rather calm about it. And the number of patience that these pirates have, it's entirely something else. No one would have thought that anything like that was happening in there. They live among civilians, as they are one of them, manipulating them to do bids for them. 7 years, these people are madmen.